Those demonstrations also reached here in Indianapolis. Saturday night will mark 1 year since some protests downtown led to dangerous riots. 2 people died and the city's center saw $8 million in financial losses and boarded up buildings. Indianapolis has come a long way in the last year, but has it come far enough?
Fox 59's Russ McQuaid looks at the issues that led to last spring's unrest and what the city is doing to bounce back now.
This is Monument Circle, the place where protesters first raised their voices a year ago and shook the city. Never been anything like this in Indianapolis. When I walked the streets as the sun came up the morning after the first night of the riots, the sound of this Saturday morning downtown Indianapolis is tinkling glass. It was obvious that downtown Indianapolis had been brutalized.
There was not a city in the nation that didn't wrestle with, rightfully so, the civil unrest and the discussion of equity last summer. And certainly we were bumped and bruised in Indianapolis. We saw that play out.
It may have taken Mayor Joe Hogsett almost 2 months to accept my invitation to go for a walk downtown. Black Lives Matter! But city leaders say they heard the cry for change and have reacted.
We got a chance to listen to some people that we don't typically get an opportunity to listen to. They made their voices known.
Of 129 arrests and cases presented for prosecution that weekend, Marion County Prosecutor Ryan Mears declined charges in 102 arrests, he said, to protect the First Amendment rights of protesters.
I've had a conversation with Prosecutor Mears. I think we'll communicate more as things go on, but we've had those conversations about what does he need from us and what can we expect from him as far as charges being filed when arrests do have to be made.
As we've followed this story over the last year, the ACLU and its clients from Black Lives Matter and Indy 10 won concessions from IMPD on how and when officers can use tear gas only in response to criminal activity.
We did work out an agreement, new policies with the police department that at least requires them to question the excessive, what we thought would be the excessive use of force, and that hopefully would prevent that from happening again.
The biggest thing is everyone matters.
The same people we watched on the front lines for criminal justice reform last May are back out this spring. And their demands remain unchanged.
It still feels the same to me. Whether we won the lawsuit or not, I still feel like IMPD, if what happened last year happened again, I feel like they'll still be aggressive and be the aggressor like they was last year.
Last summer, the City County Council approved more civilian oversight of IMPD's general orders and use of force board.
I think that there are some attempts, but I think we have to be mindful that that happened because of public pressure. So I'm always cautious when people attempt to applaud our city leadership. We have our Defund IMPD campaign that is going to continue going forward.
The other major area impacted by the riots was the city's economy. And now we're seeing signs downtown that the city's business and visitor sectors are recovering.
Well, we've certainly bounced back. We're open again. I think we see the wood is off the windows. People are opened up. People are more confident today. And it opened up a whole dialogue and discussion that didn't exist in the city like that before. In our city, it opened up an opportunity for discussion about what does security and safety in our downtown look like.
Downtown is getting incrementally better. We learn to listen. We also learn that we can't have that level of violence happen again because it was so detrimental to our downtown that it took a significant amount of time and energy and money to recover. Our downtown drives our economic vitality for the entire city. So we need to make sure that we're continually investing in our downtown, not allowing damage to occur.
And the crowds are returning downtown, residents and visitors, now that the heart of Indianapolis begins to resemble what it once was before the last weekend of last May, as art flourishes where broken glass exposed a once darker interior.
It created a canvas not only for expression, but it created space for listening and for conversation.
Mayor Hogsett says the city is committed to having those conversations.
I know we've come a long way in a year's time. I think that in many ways we as a community are more transparent than we've ever been before. And the record reflects that since that difficult weekend, I guess by most estimates, we've had maybe as many as 130 peaceful protests in the city of Indianapolis since that time. So I think progress continues to be, we're not going to let up off the accelerator.
I think whenever there's a crisis, you react and you recover, which I think that our city has done, and then you start to plan for the future. And right now, we need to commence that planning for the future.
If May of 2020 caused a social and criminal justice earthquake under the city, perhaps we'll see in the year to come the changes brought by those protests will make us more attuned to the warning signs the next time the city shakes. In downtown Indianapolis, Russ McQuaid, Fox 59 News.
For extended coverage, click on this story on our website. It's fox59.com.